This is continuing coverage of the case against Lori Vallow Daybell from the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today.
We got more courtroom audio and video for you today. We're going to be... who are we watching? This is another individual in this case that Lori gets a little testy with in court here on the 6th day of the trial of Lori Vallow Daybell. Do we know who this is?
Yeah, this is Cassandra Inclan, I think is how you pronounce it. The spelling is Y-N-C-L-A-N.
Okay.
Inclan, maybe? Inclan?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
She is from the Chandler Police Department, and you can kind of tell she starts losing her patience with Lori.
Who would do that?
Right?
How could anyone lose their patience with Lori Vallow Daybell? I mean, that's impossible. All right, well, let's begin watching, and we'll pause breakdown as we continue on day 6 of the trial of Lori Vallow Daybell. Here's Cassandra.
Yesterday we were talking about the chain of custody of the phone, so I have a couple questions on that. Yesterday we talked about that Charles' phone went from your hands to the property room. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Where did it?
Right off the bat, no.
It's our computer crimes division, the detectives that do the downloads. Our property room is about a mile away from the police department.
Okay. So it went from your hands to the
annoyed with her.
computer crimes division. Is that correct?
Correct. We usually take phones directly to them.
And how long was that between the time you left the house and you delivered that phone to them?
It's about 20-minute drive or so, and then just to the PD and upstairs to where their office is.
Is this the Charles Vallow phone?
And who did you turn that over to
Correct.
at the computer crimes division?
Sergeant Olness was.
This is a phone that she did not say she had. She took it from Charles Vallow. And then later it gets in the hands of the police. They didn't even know there was a phone until it turned, because Lori took it with her to the police, to her own questioning. And then they finally get the phone. All right. Well, let's see how she's trying to twist this one around even further.
It's
was
fun.
the
It's a
sergeant
fun
of
ride.
the unit at the time.
And did you use the passcode to access the phone at all?
I did not. I don't do downloads or exams of devices.
Okay. Did you look to see if the threatening text messages from Charles did actually exist?
I did not do an exam of the phone.
Yesterday, we watched the clip of my interview with you,
She's
and we
scary.
discussed the threatening text messages. Is that correct?
Correct. You told me about them.
And you stated that I did not show them to you. Is that correct?
You did not show them to me, no.
And did you ask me to show them to you?
I did not.
Had I been
What's the point?
cooperative all that day?
There's no point.
Yes.
Do you think I would have shown them to you if you would have asked me?
Objection.
Was Tylee also cooperative that day?
Why does any of this matter?
I
That
believe
doesn't.
so.
Thank you.
Was Alex cooperative that day?
I don't know. I did not have contact with Alex.
At all?
I did not interview him or talk to him, no.
Did I, in fact, inform you during that interview that I would have to show you them to explain them?
I believe so.
But you never asked me to show them to you?
I did not.
So,
Did you ever request that I turn my phone over to you?
I did not.
Did you ever request that Tylee turned her phone over to you?
I did not.
I can't wait till she
In
starts
the course
calling
of
her
your
own witnesses.
investigation, did you ever, in fact, see those threatening messages from Charles to me?
I did not. I did not look at any of the downloads of any of the phones.
Or in the reports or anything?
No.
That's not her
You never came
job.
across those?
bingo.
I did not review those reports or do any of the downloads of any of the phones.
You didn't review any of Detective Duncan's reports?
No.
It's not what
None
she
of
does.
Detective Moffat's reports?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't she sound annoyed?
Yeah, because it's insane line of
Were you
questioning.
aware of the reason why I had 2 phones at the time?
Because you're the crazy bitch.
Did you ask me?
No, I wasn't aware you had 2 phones.
Did you ask me?
In the course of your investigation, did you ever learn that Charles had stolen my phone, so I had to replace it?
Object to testifying and move to strike.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's all part of the investigation.
No, it's not.
Sustained, it's testimony.
Do I like wheat thins or Triscuits? Are you aware? Townhouse or
aware
Ritz?
After he gave it back to me that I kept both phones?
I'm going to again object.
Sustained.
The judge is like, come on.
Detective, in the course of your investigation, did you learn that Charles had a $2 million life insurance policy on me?
I knew there was a life insurance policy. I don't know the amount.
Did you ever see it in any of the reports or?
I did not review, and I was not part of that portion of the investigation.
And you never saw that on any kind of Bates numbers?
I'm going to object again to asked and answered.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You didn't see it on any kind of Bates numbers?
No, Bates would be what the county attorney does. That's after me, so I didn't review that portion of the report.
Okay.
Lori's trying to figure out what else to ask.
Shuffling through papers right now.
Let's see here. What random questions can I ask? Are you aware that the McRib is back at McDonald's?
Is it?
But I went to Burger King. No, it's not.
Oh,
Sorry
don't
to get your
tease
hopes up.
us. That was rude.
Yesterday, during your direct, you said that, or during our discussion, you said that we arrived at the Chandler Police Station and that we were taken into the Family Advocacy Center. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, the FAC or Family Advocacy Center.
Okay. And was that just Tylee and myself that were taken to that part of the station?
I believe so, yes.
And so was Alex taken to the regular part of the police station?
He was in a different portion in an interview room in the persons crime section downstairs.
The regular portion.
Okay.
Was there a
So we were
soda machine in that room?
Into 3 different rooms, is that correct?
Do they have,
When we
are you aware
arrived.
if they have Dr.
Three different
Dr.
interview
Pepper?
rooms,
Or is it
yes.
Mr. Pibb that they're carrying?
And we were all
They
3
only have the
interviewed, is
diet
that correct?
version.
I believe so, yes.
And you interviewed me, is that correct?
I did.
And you also interviewed Tylee, is that correct?
I did.
And Detective Moffat is the one that interviewed Alex, is that correct?
I believe so.
And
that
these
correct?
interviews were all video and audio recorded, is that correct?
I believe
Is
so.
that correct?
And did you have a supervisor or superior there at the Chandler Police Station watching these interviews live from a viewing room?
Not a supervisor.
Who was it?
There was a detective in sex crimes that was monitoring the interviews in the Family Advocacy Center. It's kind of standard, particularly the fact that Tylee was alone in the interview room at some point. So she was monitoring both interviews, and I don't know if there was anybody monitoring Detective Moffat's interview because I was not a part of that.
Okay. And what was her name? Detective what?
Ashley Nolan.
And then you said that you had, so you didn't go in and monitor during the interview with Detective Moffat and Alex? You didn't watch that one?
No, it was going on at the same time. I couldn't interview you and Tylee and monitor at the same time.
Are you aware I
And
can
then
multitask
That
and you
means that
can't?
Detective Duncan wasn't monitoring yours either at the same time, correct?
I don't know what Detective Duncan was doing.
I meant Detective Moffat, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I believe he was talking to Alex, but
But he could have been monitoring yours and then talked to Alex after that, is that correct?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
I've
Were
never
there
heard
other
so many
people in this
sustained
monitoring room?
objections in a case.
That you know of?
Right?
I believe Detective Nolan was monitoring from her desk as the sex crimes detectives work within the Family Advocacy Center. They're in the same portion of the building.
Okay. So they can just monitor from their desk?
Correct.
They're not in like a separate room, is what you're saying?
No, there's a monitoring room upstairs in the dedicated
What is the
suspect interview.
point?
There isn't.
But none of those rooms were used in these 3 interviews that you're talking about.
Okay.
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 Is that correct?
And after these interviews were complete, who decided to send us home?
Well, I decided to drive you guys back to the house.
And who gave you authorization to release us, I guess?
Me?
You didn't have to talk to a superior for that?
No.
And what about Alex? Who released him?
That would be Detective Moffat was involved with his interview. I was not.
So did you and Detective Moffat have a discussion on what to do next after our interviews were complete?
Briefly, that we were done with the interviews and that at this point, whether or not to get you back to the house and how we were going to facilitate that.
Okay, but it was decided at that time that we would be brought back together and taken in the van to back to the house and dropped off?
It was the easiest way to get the 3 of you back at the same time.
Without just killing you.
Are you aware of the press release that was issued by Chandler Police Department later that day?
I am not.
You never read it?
No.
You never
She
heard
just
about
said
it
she
in the
wasn't
course
aware
the
of it.
Investigation?
The press release?
Yeah.
No.
You never discussed it with any of the other detectives?
She never saw it.
She doesn't know about it. Asked and answered. I'm glad I'm not there. I think the judge is playing solitaire or something.
This is why you don't allow crazy people to go
Would
to
the
trial.
case agent have to be the one who would authorize that at the time?
It depends. As a case agent, we would like to have input or influence on what a press release is or states, but occasionally they're published by our PIO, our press information officer.
So do you know if Detective Moffat was the case agent at the time, is that correct?
He was.
And so do you know if he talked to the PIO and put that out or if he didn't know?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Do you know if the PIO agent just put it out?
Objection, she doesn't know about this.
Do you know?
I have no idea.
Do you know? Judge just like, what the? Oh.
Detective Inkland, yesterday the prosecutor asked you several times, why didn't Lori just give the phone back? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Ooh, getting the phone.
Did you learn in your investigation that the entire altercation only lasted a few minutes?
That'd be a fair assessment.
When you stole your brother's
'Cause we
phone,
discussed that in
and
our
wouldn't give it
interview, is that
back and
correct?
started a confrontation that got
We
him
did.
killed.
So from the time Tyler came out with the bat and I ran outside is maybe less than 2 minutes. We discussed that. Is that correct?
We discussed that it probably happened in a short amount of time. I don't think we gave a specific time amount to what happened, but that it happened in a relatively short amount of time.
We didn't say that was like 1 to 2 minutes. Like,
That was our discussion, yes.
yeah, that was our discussion.
Yeah, that was our discussion. Okay. Sounds
So
good.
we would not have been arguing for a very long time. Is that correct?
I think it's
I want
relative
to play a
as to
drinking game about, is that correct?
how long you've been
I don't even
arguing
need a
or how long
game. You just
the
want to
altercation
drink
took.
watching this.
Detective, in the course of your investigation, did you learn that JJ was outside in the car?
I did.
Did you learn that the car was still running?
I don't know.
Did you learn that JJ was in fact in the front seat?
I know that you had articulated he was put into the car, but I don't remember if you specifically said the front seat, but he was in the car.
Did you learn in the course of your investigation that JJ had autism?
Yes, you told me about that.
And
Did you verify that at his school?
I did speak with his school, yes.
When did you speak with the school?
During the course of the investigation, I had contact with the school in reference to when he attended and generally kind of the services the school provides.
Do you remember who you spoke to at the school at all?
The director of the school, and then subsequently there were a couple teachers that provided some information.
And how long after July 11th was that first communication with the school?
It was several months later.
But during the course of this investigation, the Chandler Police Department did verify, I guess that next day, that that was in fact his school and he did attend there. Is that correct?
I believe so.
During this investigation, did you verify that we did in fact go through Burger King?
This is where it
I
gets
did
good,
not, but
guys.
it was verified.
finally.
Were you aware of what we ordered at Burger King?
You told me it was chicken fries and Sprite.
Where you can have it your way at Burger King?
Had
She
you
did have it her way.
You hadn't seen that receipt?
I had not.
Okay. I guess that was, in fact, in the portion of one of the interviews that we watched yesterday. Is that correct?
She should be charged for child
Correct. You
abuse
told
by
me that in the interview.
feeding her child chicken fries.
They're actually pretty good.
Oh, they're not.
So were you aware that we also ordered 2 bottles of water?
I was not aware, no.
And in your experience with people in stressful situations, when adrenaline kicks in, does it make you incredibly thirsty?
What's
Speculation or
She
objection?
knows she can answer.
Does it make...
It can.
And when you're in fight or flight mode, does your adrenaline kick in your experience?
I'm going to object here to
Oh, I know what she's doing.
your knowledge of this.
So she is trying to show that she wasn't this unremorseful C word.
That she was just in shock and she was stressed and she needed water
And chicken
Sprite.
fries. And chicken fries.
Well, but I recall she said that JJ is very particular about food and likes chicken fries.
Okay, so the chicken fries are for JJ. I'm going to guess
That
she
was for
probably...
JJ, I believe.
I wonder if she stole a chicken fry or if it would affect her,
Oh, I so would.
her girlish figure. And no,
They're
not...
really good, Tony. You should give them another
There's
try.
a Burger King there's a Burger King about as close to my house as there was to our radio station.
And we used to open the window in the studio and you could smell when they were burning the broiler, and it was just like constant charbroiled beef. It was lovely.
It was horrible. It was way too much of it.
You're a food snob. I loved it.
never
It made me feel
ended.
like I was back in 5th grade.
I remember I would go in there and get like a soda because it was the closest place to like get a soft drink if you didn't want to just use the vending machine. And I swear to God, even the Coke tasted like charbroil because of all the
I'm sure they
grease in
hadn't
the
cleaned
air.
their lines in a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, the soda wasn't great there, but their Whoppers were outstanding.
Everything I got there was always like put together weirdly, and it was kind of
It was tainted by our work experience.
Yeah,
Trust
probably
me, it was
a
good
little
food.
bit. I have tried the chicken fries again because there happens to be a Burger King very close. I feel like I'm reliving some of that time where it's like, okay, well, I'm hungry. I'm on my way back. And the closest, most easy place to get in and out of is a Burger King. So I have tried the chicken fries, and no, I mean, are they edible? Are they okay? Sure. If I'm going to consume that amount of calories, I'd rather eat something that tastes better.
Well, I get that, but sometimes in a pinch, you need a chicken fry.
I would pick anything else off that menu, honestly, than the chicken fry. Didn't they have tacos at one time too?
I don't know.
I think they tried it. I never got a Burger King taco, but they've always had weird items, so I don't know. I will admit, I tried a Whopper Junior the other day. I haven't had a Whopper in like a decade.
God, they're
two.
so good.
It was okay.
No. I refuse to have you giving me that sign on your face. No, nothing beats a Whopper.
I would have taken.
I will fight you out in the parking lot.
I would take a McDonald's cheeseburger any day over.
Oh, you and I didn't think we were that different.
The synthetic charbroiled taste is what I don't like.
It's not synthetic. They're actually doing it on a grill.
I know, but I think there's like some flavoring in there that
oh my God.
that makes it a little.
I will fight you outside. If we weren't so far away from each other, I would fight you right now.
In a Burger King parking lot, it's on.
Yes, I would so smack you upside the head. I get on a stool and smack you upside the head. Back to Lori.
That's literally how it would work.
You claim you know what she's doing. What's she doing? What's she up to?
All right,
I'll sustain the objection.
Did you offer Tylee and I apple juice at the Chandler Police Station?
I think I offered you something to drink and what we typically would have there.
Did you offer that for the purpose that adrenaline makes you thirsty?
No, I usually do it to people I interview if they'd like something to drink while they're there.
Adrenaline makes you thirsty.
Detective Inkland, have you ever seen me not calm?
I don't object to
I don't think anyone has because you don't have empathy.
Right.
All right. Sustain. Lay more foundation on when she has, at what occasions she has had to observe you.
Well, yesterday you spoke often of my calm demeanor, my nonchalantness.
They're really
Is that
holding
correct?
your hand.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
has there ever been an occasion when you have seen me when I was not calm?
again foundation as to when she has seen her on July 11th.
Please clarify the time frame you're referring to where she had an opportunity to observe you.
Any other time, Your Honor?
For example, how many hours on July?
Can we have a sidebar? Can I ask you a question?
Oh, God.
Can we go to Law School 101?
Any other
Can you
time,
guide
Your
me through
Honor?
this process? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
She didn't have a whole lot of time with you, so how would there be any other time? When she's watching me while I sleep, does she? Oh, she doesn't do that, Your Honor?
Detective Cassandra, excuse me for not announcing her title when we went into this. She's a detective. The look on her face right now, if she were your boss, she's looking at you like, I'm going to give you one more chance and that's it. We're done. If you can't get your shit together, you're going to need to work somewhere else. That's how she's looking right now.
Yeah.
Her head's kind of cocked to the side. Her shoulders are a little tense.
It's like an animal that's looking at you very confused.
Yeah, she's cracking her
and
knuckles
angry.
right now.
Yeah.
She's got kind of a scowl on her face. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have so much work to do and I have to sit and do this now.
I'd like to put a ticker in the corner of the screen that says how many tax dollars are being wasted by the moment, by the second, as this continues to go on.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to know that.
Because it's like, this is your tax dollars at work. What an insane waste of money. This is, again, why states need stricter rules and laws on competency for standing trial, because how much money is being wasted here? I mean, would it cost money to keep her incarcerated in a mental health facility? Yeah, but a hell of a lot less than this. All these people's time, all these people's lives, all these moments that they're taking away from something else they could be doing. And I'm sorry, I think honestly, eating chicken fries is a more appropriate use of time than being at this trial.
God.
For anyone,
You know, when you
even
and
if
I
you're not
are in the
hungry.
same, when you and I are in the same room together, I'm going to show up with a Whopper and chicken fries. We haven't seen each other in person in like, what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the first things I'm going to do when I see you is I'm going to walk in holding a bag of Burger King.
A bag of Burger King, a Whopper, and
And we are
chicken.
going to sit on the floor and we're going to eat it.
Do you get the spicy chicken fries or the regular
No,
chicken fries?
nope, just the regular ones.
Okay.
I'm not high maintenance. Jesus.
I get, do they still do onion rings?
I think so. The Burger King that used to be by our radio station, it closed.
Oh, what is it now? A strip club?
It is no, or a title loan place. No,
Oh,
not
really?
yet.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's just closed.
I
You
bet
can
it's
tell
still-
it was a Burger King, but it's just an empty building.
I bet it still
They'll
smells.
probably turn it into apartments that will rent for $3,000 a month.
in a Burger King. I bet it still smells of charbroil. You'll never get that out of that building.
I bet it does.
I bet if you look at you go into the ceiling tiles and stuff, you could probably take a spatula and it's like kitchen nightmares. Just
there are
scrape
some things
that
you
off.
don't need to see.
It's like, what are you? Gordon Ramsay would have a field day at that.
Oh,
Burger
he'd
King.
have a fit.
I was such a.
So we're
gross-
still in sidebar. That's why we're talking about Burger King in case you're just listening.
She's getting more frustrated. She's going to take a sip of water. I wonder if that's because of her adrenaline.
Right. She's drinking water on the stand right now.
But it's funny. Lori's trying to argue that her adrenaline was so high that she needed that extra hydration, despite not showing any signs of care in the world that her husband was just murdered in their house by her brother.
Yeah, and I'll give you that. People do react different to trauma,
Not
but
this
this
way.
just seemed like business as usual.
This is how psychopaths react to trauma. This is how whatever the hell she has reacts to trauma. And by reacting to trauma, I mean doesn't react to trauma.
Right.
Because it doesn't fit the narrative of who she is or what she is. And if that's not part of the narrative, then it ain't going to be happening. I did a really interesting piece about Karen Reed on
Go ahead
this.
and continue with your cross.
All right, here we go. See what else we got.
Oh, she looks annoyed. Oh, Cassandra.
Detective
Goodness.
England, did you discover in your investigation that I had run outside without shoes?
Yes, kind of.
And did you learn in that investigation that we had stopped at Walgreens and I did purchase 2 pairs of flip-flops?
Yeah, you told me that.
I mean, and that was verified later?
It was by a different detective.
Okay. You didn't verify that at Walgreens or at Burger King, is that correct?
I did not. That was a different detective.
Okay.
She asked Walt.
And as part of
she
your
asked Burger
investigation,
King
did
about
you
the flip-flops.
view the video of me going into the Walgreens to purchase the flip-flops?
I did not.
Okay. And how hot was it that day on July 11th,
Who knows?
2019?
Warm.
Like in the hundreds?
July in Arizona. I'd say it was probably warm.
Would it have been difficult to walk JJ to his class on the cement with no shoes on, do you think?
Objection relevance.
What was the 7-day forecast at that moment in time?
Sustained. I think the jury can draw their own conclusions about the temperature in Arizona in mid-July.
Judge.
Detective, did you learn in your investigation that after taking JJ to his classroom that Tylee and I headed straight back to the house?
I believe so.
And that we met with police? Is that correct?
Correct. You
As soon as we
contacted
drove up, first contact was with,
She's testifying
Officer
again.
Krautheim.
yes, Krautheim. Okay, thank you. Detective, is it your understanding that we fully cooperated with the police?
You were cooperative with interviews with me.
That we did as we were instructed?
You, with me in your interview, you were cooperative.
And Tylee was cooperative with you as well, correct?
I believe so.
And that you had said yesterday that we were voluntarily interviewed by the police, is that correct?
Correct. You were not in custody.
Did we know that?
I believe so.
When we were placed in those interview rooms, did we know that we could just walk out and leave anytime? Was that explained to us, is my question.
You can ask that.
Can you say it again?
Was it explained to us at any time that we could just walk out of those interview rooms and leave if we had wanted to?
No.
Did I in fact ask you at one point if I could go to the ladies' room?
I believe so.
Did I do a number 1 or a number 2, do you believe?
Did I wash my
Detective,
hands
did
after
we
I
answer
went?
all the questions asked to us by the police that day?
By me, yes, I believe so.
And we were dropped off at home by the police, is that correct?
Correct. I drove you back to the house.
We already
And we were
covered this.
given no further instructions, is that correct?
Just that we would be in touch with you at the conclusion of the search warrant.
Is it also correct that we voluntarily handed over Charles' phone to you when you asked for it?
Yes.
Did we delay in that or just do it immediately?
No, you gave it to me when I asked.
Was there any time, Detective, on July 11th, 2019, that we did not comply or cooperate fully with the police in their investigation?
In my interaction with you, you were cooperative.
So what's the point
Thank you,
here?
that's all I have, Your Honor.
To show
What is
that,
it?
to show
What does
that,
it prove?
that she was cooperative and she wasn't trying to hide anything or being deceptive, I think is what her point is.
I get that, but geez, she's really going around the block a few times trying to get that point out. I guess my big issue is if somebody had just been shot in your family, are you going to take your kid to school?
No, I'm also not going to Burger King to get chicken fries. I'm going to McDonald's
you
to get
wouldn't.
a Happy Meal instead.
No.
Because it's a happy time. It's time to celebrate. Oh, wait, that'd be horrible.
I mean, kids stay home from school for the damnedest reasons, you know?
Yeah.
Like they didn't sleep well last night because they stayed up too late watching their favorite show or playing their video games.
Well, irresponsible
this is-
parents will keep their kids home for that. I'll keep them home for severe weather that day. I mean,
Well, you also live in Tornado Alley.
yeah, I mean, there's sometimes where like if she has like nothing, my daughter gets straight A's, and so she's really good at school. But sometimes it's just like it's Friday. I'm ahead on everything. Like there's something else going on. Like most of classes, we're just going to be watching a movie. Can I just stay home? Some days I'll do that, but I don't ever do it like if you stay up late, that's on you. Like you're going to school because then you'll learn. You need to get rest yourself to figure that out.
But if somebody gets shot in your family
Yeah. Not going
and
to school.
killed, and killed.
You're probably out
Not
for the
just
week.
shot.
You're
To me, that seems like a legit excuse to not take your kid to school, to not even call in. Like when they call later and go, we never heard from a parent that this person was absent. Oh, we had a murder in the family.
Exactly.
That seems legit. And her actions seem really bizarre.
Well, her reasoning to go to Burger King was because Charles allegedly promised JJ that they would go to Burger King that day. Charles is dead on the floor now, killed by, Uncle Alex. And well, we gotta fulfill that Burger King promise.
It was his dying wish, Tony.
And that's the thing with narcissists like this. They can't they can't see the level of importance of things, of elements in their life, of things that are going to be going on, what's said. So a murder rates right up there with getting chicken fries. The weight of it is the same because they don't have empathy, so they can't feel or understand what any of this means in context to the emotional well-being of anyone around you. And that's how they operate. That's how they're able to do this sort of stuff. And it looks absolutely crazy. But if you put it through that prism, you go, oh, yeah.
It's just really an odd thing.
Surprised you didn't go and try to get some Kohl's cash. It's not surprising. But it is interesting. I don't know where the hell she's going with half of these questions because they don't make any sense. I think it's just to fill time and make her feel like she's an attorney. So I think she thinks she has to go up there and really hunker down on all these details that don't matter and then try and get in there with a little something. But the best thing to do for Lori literally would have been just to go up there. And I don't even know what her point was on that one. I mean, other than she was trying to look like not look like a monster. So I would have just gone up there and, people deal with grief in different ways. Some people let it all out. Some people just try to go on with life normally for a moment or two. And when have you seen me angry? No, never. Okay. When have you seen me stressed? Never. Okay. So everyone is judging that my lack of empathy here is because I didn't care. That's how I deal with stress and bad things happening. That would have been a good way of doing it. And then, okay, that's it. No further questions. Not, I got flip-flops and extra water. She argued that she has empathy because she got an extra water. Yeah. That's how her brain thinks the weight of buying that water will land on a jury. That, oh, well, she got a water. She must be stressed. Or you just got a water. Like, everybody walks around with 24 hours a day.
Well, and she was talking about how hot it was in Arizona in July.
Then we go to
People
hot.
need water when it's hot.
So what is it, stress or heat?
I thought it was an appropriate thing if it's in the hundreds. I mean, it might be a dry heat, but you still need, hydration. It doesn't seem weird to me.
But in her mind, it was also more important to go get flip-flops so she didn't burn her feet walking on the sidewalk to take JJ to school. Completely eluding her is the fact that she didn't need to take JJ to school.
Correct.
But we had to do these 5 other steps over here. They don't make sense. They don't make sense in anything they do. They don't make sense about anything they say. But in their mind, it all adds up. And then when you hear it spilled out like that, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's what you were thinking. It's completely insane, but that's what you were thinking. Wow, well, that was a fun journey into Daybell land today. Press subscribe so you don't miss any of the coverage of the trial on our podcast. We're bringing you the audio of it every single day. And, of course, we're reviewing it and giving you updates as well right here on YouTube and on the podcast. So if you're on YouTube, let us know what you thought of this one and what do you think of chicken fries? I think we should start a debate about chicken fries on YouTube. Chicken fries, are they delicious or are they not? Regular or spicy? And what sort of dipping sauce would you choose for those chicken fries? I went with the zesty, the onion ring sauce. Which
you dip your onion rings in something?
Yeah, they have a specific sauce for it at Burger King.
It's like I don't even know you.
Yeah. You got to get the sauce. Otherwise, it's an abomination without it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're missing out. You are missing out.
I just don't. I feel like I don't know you anymore.
That's just the way it's going to have to be then.
Craving non-stop true crime updates? Press subscribe now and get the latest cases, analysis, and expert commentary delivered straight to your feed. Only from the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today.